Welcome to the Rock and Wellness Podcast, the show that takes you on a voyage to better health, wellness, and happiness that will rock your world. With me, Rachel Joy Olson, your host, your coach, and your biggest fan. Welcome to episode 21 of the Rock and Wellness Podcast, and thank you for tuning in. Many people are suffering with poor health and a lack of wellness. So I've made it my mission with this podcast, through the teachings of yoga, the use of essential oils, whole food nutrition, and encouraging an active lifestyle to help you stop hating what you see in the mirror, discover your deepest desires, and love yourself unapologetically. In today's episode, you will learn how to nourish and heal your body with greens, sprouts, and wheatgrass. You're going to learn about the various benefits of sprouts and grasses and why it's beneficial to consume a vast amount of green foods in your diet. Now, the colors in food represent their various chemical and nutritional properties. So let's review some of the colors and what they do. So, for example, red foods are considered to be blood building and heart strengthening. Orange foods are anti-inflammatory. Yellow foods help to build tissue and repair any damage that's been happening in the body and develop a healthy and strong immune system. Green foods, which we will speak more about in depth today, are known to neutralize, deodorize, detoxify, and cleanse the liver and other organs. Blue foods are known to support stem cells, bone marrow, the throat, and thyroid. Purple foods protect the central and gut nervous systems and nourish the brain and eyes. Brown foods support healthy intestines and are a digestive tract tonic. White foods are beneficial to the lungs and immune system, and black foods support longevity, marrow, and kidneys. So this is why it's so important to eat a balanced diet that's rich in a variety of colors of foods. So today, I'd like to focus on the various benefits of green foods. It's interesting because many people seem to have this aversion to green foods. Look at kids, for example. And if they haven't been taught to eat their green veggies, they may turn up their nose at anything that is the color green. However, people often don't understand how powerfully nutritious green foods are and how they are vital for us to obtain optimal health. Green foods are powerful antioxidants, especially things like broccoli and spinach, that protect the body from toxins, both in the environment and from other foods we eat. The antioxidants in greens help neutralize the body and clear out toxins. Green foods are also rich in chlorophyll, a green pigment that also acts as a detox agent in the body. It also happens to be a natural deodorizer that can aid with things like bad breath and body odor. The darker the shade of green, the more chlorophyll is in something, and the best way to get it is from raw vegetables like your dark leafy greens. Greens are very rich in minerals, and some of the most essential nutrients like calcium, magnesium, potassium, vitamins B, C, E, and K are found in green foods and are all vital to your body's health. Greens contain many nutrients that help protect the immune system and fight off viruses and bacteria. Dark leafy greens like spinach and kale are high in omega-3 fatty acids, which are vital for all body functions and reduces the bad cholesterol in our body. Vegetables, especially the green ones, help alkalize the body, keeping your pH at a healthy, stable level. As already mentioned, dark leafy greens like spinach and kale, broccoli, other things like maybe chard, rainbow chard. I really love rainbow chard. But these dark leafy greens are extremely nutritious, detoxifying, and healing. But even more nutritionally dense are things like sprouts. So sprouts such as broccoli, alfalfa, clover, radish, garlic, and onion sprouts, and grasses like wheatgrass, which we'll talk about very shortly. Now, you've probably heard about sprouts, you've probably even eaten sprouts and actually love sprouts, but sprouts are essentially microgreens. This is the baby, still growing version of a full-grown plant. These nutrition powerhouses contain a high level of nutrients and enzymes, which make them easy for the body to break down and use the energy to cleanse, regulate, build, and create healthy cells and support the immune system. As far back as 5,000 years ago, ancient Chinese physicians were prescribing sprouts for curing disorders and diseases. Even back then, they realized the important role nutrition plays in bringing vitality and health to the body, which in my opinion, we desperately need to get back to. Let's talk a little bit more about the sprout and discover some of its many attributes. It all begins with the seed, which contains within it both nutrients and enzymes. The enzymes are considered the life force of food and assist in both the digestion and absorption of nutrients. They are all the catalyst for all activities which take place within the body. When the seed gets air, water, and temperature to its liking, it begins to germinate. It sprouts and a flow of energy or life force is released. You may have heard the statement, it's not the food in your life, it's the life in your food. When you hear that, you can think of a sprout. It's essentially a baby plant which is bursting forth with new life. It's literally growing still as you eat it. The concentration of proteins, vitamins, mineral, enzymes, RNA, and DNA is greater than at any other point in that plant's development. When a seed begins to sprout and is eaten in this sprouted form, there are many, many benefits, such as up to 7 days of germination, the enzyme content of a sprout is 100 times greater than a full-grown fruit or vegetable. These enzymes help to replenish our own body's reserve of enzymes, which makes it easier to digest food and support a healthier digestive tract. The carbohydrates within a sprout become easier to assimilate as the starches are changed to simple sugars and used as fuel for the brain and the rest of the body. The healthy fats within the sprout are easily converted to fatty acids, which are an easily digested soluble compound for the body to use as fuel. The complex protein in a sprout is converted into simple amino acids, which essentially means that it is pre-digested and ready to use to help the body repair tissue. Vitamin production in a sprout is increased 3 to 12 times more than a full, ripened fruit or vegetable. Minerals are chelated, a natural state where they are chemically bonded to amino acids and easily assimilated by the body. A sprout has delicate cell walls so it can release nourishment easily. A sprout contains phytochemicals, which are plant compounds that protect against disease. A sprout contains highly active antioxidants that prevent DNA destruction and the effects of aging. And a sprout is really high in fiber and water. Now, there are a variety of sprouts to choose from, each offering different benefits and tastes. So let me chat now about a few of the very most familiar ones, or the ones that you're wanting to become most familiar with. So first of all, and my favorite, is the sunflower sprout. So these sprouts, 3,000 years old, are named after its golden rayed flower. You've all seen a sunflower, okay, which represent the sun. It is sunflower, and sunflower sprouts are a rich source of protein, up to 30%. Contain lecithin and vitamin D, which is rarely found in vegetables. It is high in trace minerals, which can make it beneficial for bones, muscle, and tissue tone, and healthy red blood cells. Sweet pea is rich in protease inhibitors that prevent certain viruses and chemicals that promote cancer, and is useful in reducing LDL, or the bad cholesterol, in the blood. Buckwheat promotes proper circulation, digestion, and elimination with its anti-plaque properties, and it helps neutralize the effects of radiation. Clover is known as a blood purifier. It is high in calcium, which relaxes the central nervous system. It contains plant estrogens, which balance hormones, and also contains isoflavones, which are anti-cancerous. Broccoli. So broccoli sprouts are known to be actually one of some of the highest nutritionally balanced foods you can eat. And that's, and eating it in the sprout form is better than its full floured form. Well, broccoli contains sulforaphane, which protects cells from becoming malignant. It occurs 10 to 100 times greater in sprouts than in broccoli as a vegetable. It also causes the body to release glutathiones, a natural body enzyme, which neutralize or detoxify carcinogens before they damage the DNA. Radish is an expectorant which clears mucus from the respiratory tract, expels worms, and benefits the intestinal flora. Mung, lentil, and adzuki. These contain soluble fiber and help lower cholesterol by clearing out dangerous LDL cholesterol in the blood. They also help to regulate insulin and thus blood sugar. Another one of my favorite, because I just love the nutty flavor of it, is fenugreek. It is so easy to sprout and it's got this amazing nutty flavor. I just love it. So fenugreek is soothing to mucous membranes, which also is cleansing and nourishing to the digestive system, reduces inflammation, and contains a fat controller, which also helps with weight loss. So because these sprouts are so nutrient dense, many people find they're not as hungry. And that's why a lot of people tend to lose weight and lean out when they're eating a diet high in these sprouts and greens and grasses that we'll talk about soon. Because once the body is properly fed with highly nutrient dense foods that are low in calories, the weight just tends to fall off, especially since many of these, if not all of them, are anti-inflammatory. And when we reduce the inflammation in the body, we also reduce the need for excess fat on our body because fat is protective. So when the body no longer needs to be protected, the weight can go. So some other great secondary sources of nutrition through sprouts are alfalfa, mustard, garlic, cabbage, and onion sprouts. The germinating and sprouting process can also be used with nuts, seeds, and grains. And by sprouting these foods, it will increase their nutritional value up to 8 times and removes toxins and enzyme inhibitors, allowing for easier digestion. Combining all of the components listed make these sprouts, or these foods, really the most nutritious way of eating on the planet. It provides our body with all essential amino acids, essential fatty acids, vitamins, and minerals. Not only are sprouts a powerhouse of life force energy, they are economically and environmentally friendly as well. Sprouts can be grown anywhere in the world all year round. At a time when people are concerned about their increased costs of living, high prices of food, and even food shortages, it is really less than $50 to grow a pound of fresh, green, organic sprouts. It requires only minutes of your time per day. This also relieves a burden on the earth, which some modern agricultural practices, as well as animal and fish farming, have created. So when you grow your own sprouts, you are contributing to a healthier planet. You are contributing to your ultimate health, and you're saving your money. So to grow your own sprouts for pennies a day, all you really need is a few sprouting seeds, which you can buy at your local natural food store or order them online, a large glass jar or two, even 1 or 2 liters. Sometimes I like to use the big ones, and sprouting lids or a cheesecloth. Now, there's many resources online on how to grow your own seeds. So if you'd like to learn more, connect to the show notes. I'll post a few links on how to do this in this episode's page. So you just visit rjowellness.com, click podcast and episode 21. That'll take you right to the show notes, and I'll include some great links there for you as well. As you can see, as we just talked about, there's so many reasons to add sprouts into your diet. But there's also other really nutrient-dense foods that I want to talk about. So I want to talk about grasses, and specifically wheatgrass. Now, you may have heard about wheatgrass and even seen it growing behind counters at your local juice shop. You may have even tried it because the juicers, somebody said it was good for you, but do you really know why drinking wheatgrass juice is so beneficial? Most people don't. And some people are even too scared to try it. It can be very bitter, depending on how old the wheatgrass is, so how fresh is it. But when it's made fresh, it's got this bitter, sweet taste, and once you get used to it, it's refreshing, and it's like a shot of nutrition that your body just goes nuts with it. It's amazing. It's like it wakes up every cell in the body. So that's why I want to spend some extra time today talking about wheatgrass. So wheatgrass is grown from wheat berries, or the wheat seed, which is the whole kernel of the grain. Although wheatgrass to the naked eye doesn't look much different than the grass that makes up your front lawn, it has many differences as far as nutrition and chemical makeup go. Hippocrates Health Institute in West Palm Beach, Florida, uses wheatgrass as part of their signature wellness program because they understand the many healing benefits this grass contains. When guests arrive at the Institute, they learn about the benefits of wheatgrass by taking a tour of the greenhouses where the wheatgrass and other sprouts are grown. It's absolutely phenomenal. If you've never been there, you have to go. Guests are then shown how to juice the wheatgrass and are encouraged to drink 2-ounce shots per day as part of the healing protocol. I had the wonderful blessing and pleasure of visiting Hippocrates Health Institute for 1 week a few years ago. It was absolutely a dream come true, and can't wait to go back sometime. But one of my favorite daily activities that we were all encouraged to do was visiting the wheatgrass hut. The minute I walked through that door, I could smell the freshness of the wheatgrass. It was unbelievable because everybody was advised to drink a daily shot of this green stuff. It was a great place to also meet new people and learn about why they had chosen to come to the Institute. People would come there from all over the world to experience the life transformation programs to help with the variety of different health issues. I met people there who were just like me, there to learn more about how to help others gain better health, to people actually battling late stages of cancer, people managing diabetes and other chronic conditions. It was very, very cool because I've believed for a really long time that, as Hippocrates once said, let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. And it truly, truly is. What actually sparked my interest in Hippocrates Health Institute was that I had a friend whose mother was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer and was told that she had months to live. Well, she went to Hippocrates Health Institute, went through their healing transformation program, learned how to heal her body through food and other emotional and spiritual tactics, because as we know, we are emotional, spiritual, and physical beings, and we are only as strong as our weakest link. So we got to work on the physical body, work on the emotional and mental body, as well as the spiritual body for optimal health. But the body, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally has a really hard time healing if we are not taking care of the physical body, predominantly first. So this is where, drinking wheatgrass and eating these raw living sprouts was the main protocol for helping people with all these chronic issues at Hippocrates Health Institute, right? It was so fascinating and amazing to experience this myself and to watch people transform after even 1 week of eating these foods, right? Eating sprouts, drinking wheatgrass, and experiencing the other therapies. So I was hooked, right? And I learned so much while I was there. And one of the, one of the courses that I took while I was there, one of the lectures I attended was just strictly reviewing the variety of benefits of wheatgrass, right? And it really sparked my interest in going, we all need to be drinking this stuff every day. So I'm going to go through some of the main benefits that I learned in that class and share them with you here today. And I just really hope that some of these benefits you can actually see for yourself and start ingesting and drinking wheatgrass every day. And I'm going to give you some options on how to drink this stuff every day. So according to many resources, wheatgrass is nature's finest medicine. It is considered to be the most healing out of all the grasses. Wheatgrass juice contains over 100 elements from the soil that the body requires for optimal health. Wheatgrass is rich in a variety of minerals, including calcium, which is essential for helping the bone remodeling process. And, of course, we want to keep our bones strong and balanced. Magnesium, which is required for energy production, oxidative phosphorylation, and glycolysis. Phosphorus works with calcium and other nutrients to build healthy bones and teeth and helps maintain a normal acid-base balance and supports growth and is involved with the storage and use of energy. Iron, which is used to make hemoglobin that is found in your red blood cells, carries oxygen around the body. Potassium, which is an electrolyte. Electrolytes conduct electrical impulses through the body and assist in a range of essential body functions, including blood pressure. Sulfur, which is needed for the normal structure and function of proteins. Sodium, which helps the body keep fluids in a normal balance and plays a key role in normal nerve and muscle function. Cobalt works with vitamin B12 and helps regulate and stimulate the body to produce certain enzymes and hormones, including thyroxine, produced by the thyroid and assists in the production of hemoglobin. Zinc, which is necessary for a healthy immune system. Wheatgrass, as I can't say enough about it, it is one of nature's richest sources of a variety of vitamins. So, including vitamin C. So, vitamin C is required for the biosynthesis of collagen, L-carnitine, and certain neurotransmitters, and is also involved in protein metabolism. Vitamin A, which is involved in immune function, vision, reproduction, and cellular communication. Vitamin B17, which has been shown to selectively destroy cancer cells. Wheatgrass juice is one of the best sources of chlorophyll, which is the basis of all plant life. I call it the blood of all plants. Wheatgrass juice is extremely high in oxygen. The brain and body tissues function at an optimal level in a highly oxygenated environment. According to Hippocrates Health Institute, disease cannot exist in an alkaline and oxygenated body. So we want to have as many of these foods that reduce the acidity in the body as much as possible. Chlorophyll-rich wheatgrass is antibacterial and can be used to topically heal the skin. So they showed us at the Institute how to actually make a wheatgrass pack. Right? Essentially, you take a clean cloth, it could even be a bandage, you juice some wheatgrass, and essentially you just put it on the bandage and then place it on the skin as a topical healing pack. It's so neat how healing it is inside and out. The chlorophyll in wheatgrass removes drug deposits and other toxins from the body. Chlorophyll-rich wheatgrass helps purify the liver and improve blood sugar problems. Dr. Anne Wigmore, she is actually the one that created and started Hippocrates Health Institute, have been healing people, helping people get well from a variety of chronic disorders for over 57 years. Now, that was a few years ago now, so I'm sure it's over 60 years they've been using wheatgrass to heal people from all different things. Wheatgrass juice is a superior detoxification agent when compared to other fruits and vegetables. Dr. Anne Wigmore stated that 15 pounds of wheatgrass is the equivalent of 350 pounds of carrot, lettuce, celery, and other nutritious vegetables. That's how much more nutrient-dense wheatgrass is than anything else. Wheatgrass juice acts as a detergent in the body and is used as a body deodorant. A small amount of wheatgrass juice helps prevent tooth decay. Wheatgrass juice can be used as a mouthwash to pull poisons from the gums. A lot of people do oil pulls, but wheatgrass is amazing for this as well because it pulls stuff out of the body, like reduces toxins, but nourishes at the same time, right? So it's really even better than oil pulling. Wheatgrass juice helps clear up skin problems such as eczema, which is a chronic inflammatory skin condition characterized by dry skin and patches that are red and intensely itchy. psoriasis, which is a long-lasting immune disease characterized by patches of abnormal skin. These skin patches are typically red, dry, itchy, and scaly. So you can actually put wheatgrass packs or wheatgrass juice right on the skin. But even better, our skin heals best from the inside out. So whenever there's a skin condition showing, it usually means there is a deeper health issue. So we want to make sure that we're healing the body from the inside out. Wheatgrass juice helps prevent graying of hair. By drinking wheatgrass juice, you may feel a greater sense of a variety of different positive health and well-being effects, such as increased strength, enhanced endurance, usually because of the high oxygen levels in that from the chlorophyll. A greater spiritual connection you might also feel. Wheatgrass juice is high in enzymes and helps to improve digestion. Wheatgrass implants or enemas are great for healing and detoxifying the colon walls and internal organs. So with my clients, I talk about colon therapy a lot. So whether that is, a bigger colonic that is done by a professional or an enema that you can do at home by yourself, this is to help clean out the junk that's sitting in the colon. But once you do a colonic or an enema, it's really important, as I learned from Hippocrates Health Institute, that you replenish and nourish the colon. So after all that junk's been taken out, so you're not only taking out the bad stuff, sometimes you're taking out some of the good stuff in there, is to just do an implant, right, of wheatgrass juice or an enema to just, the body will actually, it's very interesting, and I learned this from Hippocrates, is that they said that basically that colon will suck up all the nutrition and it will go right into fully healing the cellular tissues right in the colon. It's fascinating. Wheatgrass juice helps relieve constipation and keeps bowels regular. Dr. Bersher, a research scientist, said that chlorophyll has many health benefits, including increasing the function of the heart, positively affects the vascular system, supports intestinal health, which we already talked about, is good for the uterus and reproductive health. So women who are struggling with uterine issues or, reproductive issues, drink that wheatgrass. It certainly cannot help. Now, according to Hippocrates Health Institute, wheatgrass juice reduces high blood pressure and enhances capillaries. Wheatgrass juice can remove heavy metals from the body. Chlorophyll-rich wheatgrass juice is the first product of light and therefore contains more light energy than any other element. Dr. Bernard Jensen says that it only takes 1 minute to digest wheatgrass juice, and it takes up very little energy. So that is why after you take a shot of wheatgrass, you don't feel heavy, you don't feel lethargic. Actually, it's almost like taking a boost of energy, and it actually can hit you pretty quickly. Science has proven that chlorophyll-rich wheatgrass juice arrests growth and development of unfriendly bacteria. Wheatgrass juice has been shown to rebuild red blood cells. It's also been shown to improve longevity in herbivorous animals, which is what we are. We are supposed to eat plant foods. So these are the many reasons to drink wheatgrass every day. It's an unlimited list, right? So a really important thing to add. So I've grown wheatgrass personally and many other sprouts at home. It's very simple. To grow your own wheatgrass, all you need are the seeds of wheat berries, a large glass jar, sprouting lids, some organic soil, a sprouting tray, and a wheatgrass juicer to then juice it once it's actually grown. So I'm going to, again, like I said, I'm going to put some links on the show notes to Hippocrates Health Institute and some other information on how to actually grow sprouts and wheatgrass. But I know that actually juicing wheatgrass can be it's messy, it can be time consuming, and to get a really nice wheatgrass juicer, it can be a little bit expensive. So if juicing wheatgrass really isn't something you want to bother with, or maybe you can't even do it, then there's another great solution. So many natural food stores now offer powdered wheatgrass. So of course, fresh wheatgrass is always the best. Right? Anything that we can get fresh is ideal. However, with such technology, powdered fruits and vegetables, and I take a powdered fruits and vegetable supplement every day, It's such a great way to boost your nutrition when you cannot eat all these foods. So to get your daily dose of wheatgrass, just simply purchase this powder, like powdered wheatgrass or, a variety of grasses. My favorite one is a 5 grass blend. I believe it's barley. Well, it's barley and wheatgrass for sure. So it's a really nice one. But just get this, mix it with water, and really you can just shoot it back. That's how I do it most days. So kind of a good recipe for wheatgrass shots is just a cup of chilled coconut water and a tablespoon of dried wheatgrass. So you just put it in a glass jar, shake or stir, pour it into a shot glass, and just drink it, right? And you will really feel the benefits right away. So I actually do a superfood green water every day, and I'm going to put that recipe on the show notes page as well. So this superfood green water not only has wheatgrass, it not only has sprouts, it has a variety of different superfoods and nutrient-dense foods that I encourage everyone to ingest every single day. It's an easy way to do it without having to grow your own food, without having to get the juicer out. It's just an easy way to just completely rock your body with nutrition. So after learning about these many benefits of drinking wheatgrass juice and eating sprouts and other dark leafy greens, I just really hope that this has inspired you to get growing and juicing your way to a better health. And I know it's not always possible every day for people, but if you just committed to your superfood green water in the morning, fresh leafy green salad with sprouts in the day, even just those 2 things will absolutely heal and transform your body from the inside out. You will feel like a completely different person. So again, like I said, I will place these links to learning how to grow sprouts and wheatgrass and my superfood water recipe in the show notes for this episode. So you can find this episode at rjowellness.com/podcast/episode-21. So until next time, my friends, keep rockin' your wellness. Thanks for joining me on this episode of the Rockin' Wellness Podcast. Make sure to visit my website at www.rjowellness.com, where you can subscribe to the show and check out all the show notes. While you're at it, if you found value in this podcast, if you'd simply tell a friend about it, that would help out too. You may choose to join the R.J.O Wellness community to take advantage of the freebies, courses, and coaching that will take your voyage to the next level, or support this podcast with your monthly membership. Until next time, my friends, keep rocking your wellness.